A Plaguelands Media production.
Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another graphic novel review today. Oh, that's good. Today we are going to be looking at another book in the One Bad Day collection. This time we're looking at Mr. Freeze. Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze. Now, Mr. Freeze is a character that was first introduced in Batman, I believe, 121 from, I want to say 1960, maybe 1959. We saw Mr. Freeze on the TV show, the Batman TV show with Adam West and Burt Ward. We saw him played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Batman and Robin, but really, if you break it down, the definitive Mr. Freeze is the revamped origin story by Paul Dini that was in Batman the Animated Series, which, you know what, is one of the greatest animated shows ever made. Highly recommend you go and watch it. So, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review of Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze. So if you don't want it spoiled, just know that I absolutely loved this comic and I highly recommend you go out and read it for yourself. The art is amazing, the story is amazing, the characterization is phenomenal. But you know what? If you want it spoiled and you couldn't be fucked going and tracking down this copy, or you just don't want to buy it for yourself, stick around for the next episode of
Read a fucking book. 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 People.
So this is Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze by Gerry Duggan, Matteo Scalera, and Dave Stewart. What a fantastic cover here on this hardcover deluxe edition. So you can see we basically start with Nora Freeze coming home, Victor's wife. Victor is experimenting. She's coughing a bit, so we know that she's a little bit sick at this point. She wants to invite their friends in because, or her friends, I should say. They used to be their friends, but Victor's so obsessed with his work that he kind of ignores them and they drive away. So there's kind of this chasm opening up between Nora and Victor here. Now we have some carolers that are singing, and this guy Meeks tries to attack the carolers, but Batman and Robin stop them. Robin's a little perturbed that they're using the carolers as bait, but Batman kind of doesn't feel it, so to speak, and lines him up to get recaptured. So it is Christmas in Gotham. Alfred makes a little joke about wanting to put Starro, the Conqueror, on top of the Christmas tree. If you don't know who Starro is, go and watch The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. I believe it's coming to Netflix soon. Love the movie. The villain Starro is the stupidest DC villain ever. He's basically a world-conquering starfish. So cool, though. So freaking hilarious. We get a little more backstory into Nora Freeze and Victor Freeze and what is going on. For those of you that don't know, Nora Freeze is dying of a disease. Victor's trying to cure it, but because he can't, he has been having trouble with it. What he ultimately does is he puts her in cryogenic suspension. So Batman decides to dress up as his alter ego Matches Malone to go and find out what is going on with Victor Freeze. He asks around finds out that this guy's ex-girlfriend, Frostbite, is working for Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze attacks this armored car, as you can see there, only to be stopped by Batman. They get into a confrontation, but Batman basically is like, listen, we're not here to fight. I want to offer you something. Well, actually, it's not me, it's Robin that wants to offer you something. He wants to offer you a chance to continue your lab work and try and cure Nora. So they take him to LexCorp. They give him all of his old research that has now been digitized. They give him a lab, and Robin is like, good luck. I hope this really works out for you. We get Victor's kind of notes on trying to cure his wife. At the same time, we see this kind of Santa Claus stopping robberies and stuff. Victor ultimately hits a dead end. He can't find a cure for Nora. It makes him frustrated, so he just basically gives up. And then we get this little flashback sequence of him with Nora. She's dying. She wants to go with dignity. She wants to go with class, but Victor is not prepared to let her go. In a rage, he blows up the lab. Robin kind of realizes that, damn, I did fuck up. Batman goes to see one of Nora's friends, who tells Batman that for Victor, it was all about control. Once she got sick, he could control her. The friends weren't allowed to see her. She wasn't allowed to go out. This wasn't a man that was wanting to help his wife. She wanted to die with dignity, as I said before. This was a man that wanted to control his wife. Batman decides to go after Victor. Robin comes along, and they find him. Batman's wearing like this heat suit to combat Victor's freeze abilities. They find him on a ship. They do battle. And ultimately, Robin comes in. Robin's pissed off that Victor kind of betrayed his trust a bit. But we see that Victor has Nora's cryogenic stasis there, along with animals around her, because she liked nature. He's trying to give her what he wants in his mind. Keep that in the back of your head for a moment. So they fight. And we ultimately discover that this wasn't about Victor saving her life. This was about Victor having the perfect relationship, a woman that wouldn't spend his money, a woman that wouldn't talk back, a woman that wouldn't argue. A really interesting take on the character of Mr. Freeze, who, as the Batman the Animated Series, as that went on, we got to feel sorry for Mr. Freeze. We got to feel like he had no choice in the matter. To a lesser extent, you did get that in Batman and Robin, but there were so many goofy parts to Mr. Freeze that was pushed to the background. But here we get to see Victor as the villain that he actually is, which is really, really cool. Ultimately, the floor caves in. They fall down. Batman beats the shit out of him. But just before he's captured, he tells Robin, I've made some breakthroughs. You know what to do with this information. So they manage to get Nora Freeze's cryogenic chamber, and they hook it up to backup power so that she will stay in this kind of stasis. Hopefully they'll be able to find a cure for her. The information that Mr. Freeze gave Robin was using this cryogenic technology that he has created and researched and whatnot. They are now able to ship medicines and things around the world without fear of them getting too hot to be usable, things that have to be kept under 0 degrees Celsius in order to maintain their integrity. Robin shares this information with the world, public domain, and they have a Merry Christmas. And because Robin did that, Victor Fries gets to go out into the snow from his cell in Arkham Asylum, where he basically just enjoys the cold. So this was really interesting because I don't consider Victor Fries a villain so much as a tragic anti-hero with his motivation of trying to save his wife's life. But this puts a whole new spin on it, which is phenomenal. I thought that was absolutely great. And then, of course, we get the covers, which are just gorgeous art, and some costume designs. There, we don't get any black and white in this one, but that's okay. And then some bonus stuff at the end. Are we driven by love or obsession? That was Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze. Once again, thoroughly enjoy this. This is one of the best kind of one-shot series that DC has released in a long, long time. Some of the best Batman stories, in my opinion, that DC has released in a long, long time. And I cannot wait to bring you more in this series. Like I said, we've got Catwoman, Bane, Clayface, Ra's al Ghul, and of course, Batman the Killing Joke coming up. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. Also, go and tell your friends. We're at 400 subscribers. That's like 400 more than we had when I started this fucking channel. That's amazing. So, you know what? Go and get us some more subscribers, because you guys are the reason that Plaguelands Media does this stuff. You guys are the reason we make these videos, we write our books, we make our comics, we do our Kickstarters. It's for you guys. Our friends, our supporters, everyone out there, you're the ones that make this worth doing. Otherwise, what would be the point? So, thank you so much, everybody. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before if you've watched more of our videos, but I'm going to say it again anyway. Do me a favor. Do Plaguelands Media a favor. Go and read a fucking book, people.